Welcome back to Open Source. This is hour 75 of our epic conversation with Jennifer Cheng LO. I honestly do think, like, I would love to sit down with you for like 3 hours in front of a live audience and talk investing because you really just know so much. And we run out of time. It's not your fault, Jen. You're a brainiac. So, like,
I
I'm gonna
just
give
have to
you
do a deep dive with you.
no, but like, you just know your stuff so well, man. I mean, you're at the highest level of the world. That's just what it is. But let's talk about the future, right? So, and take as much time as you want. And again, my job is to manage the clock. Just be you. What should investors
Understood.
be looking at for the future, right? Everybody's looking for what's the next play? What do I do? What do I even learn about? They're overwhelmed. What should they be paying attention to?
Yes. Yes. So I know one thing as investors, we all have to learn how to do better. And I'm guilty of it myself. We don't have a crystal ball, right? And hindsight is always 2020. So one thing you have to look at when it comes to the future is I call it, a lot of people will say, oh, what's coming next? I don't look at that. I look at what's next, or what's next. Because we want to be investing in the technology, not just that our children and grandchildren are being using, but what our great grandchildren will be using. Because if we're investing in fads or relevant technologies, or we're investing it like in the pump of the day, or the meme coin of the day, that doesn't work. I do have some meme coins. I do have things in my portfolio, but one thing I always say is that when looking to the future, keep yourself current. If you don't look at what's next, you're already falling behind. So that's one of the things that investors always should be looking. And the other thing is look at what you're going to be buying and holding for the long term. There are some companies that will weather the sense of the test of time. There are others that will not. Because right now, if we're in a hype cycle, or if we're in a winter or a bull or bear market, during times of challenge is when you see who is swimming without clothes on,
Mm.
and then you also see which winners are going to survive and be at the top, right? And not everyone who is first mover advantage is going to be the one that is going to survive through the test of time. So I always say look at what's next, always be learning, and surround yourself with people who are smarter than you. And that's what I try to do every single day,
That's
so I
not
can keep
that's not
learning.
going to be easy for you because you really are like incredibly intelligent. But okay, quantum computing, is that something you're keeping your eye on?
Yes, quantum computing, uh, you know, AGI,
Mhm.
AI agents, all of these are so important. The other thing that people are sometimes asking me, like, why, Jen, are you still doing what you're doing? You've already had enough success in your lifetime. And I say, yes, I do. But one of the reasons why I lean in is because if I don't, and I'm a minority woman, I won't be relevant. My legacy won't be there, right? If I'm not the CEO of some companies, if I'm not making some investments, if people put, a search later, like, oh, let's look for a tech CEO, then they're going to only find, sorry, like white males in their 50s. And that's not me. I'm very proud of the fact that I want to leave a lasting legacy. And that's why I still do what I do. And that's why I think, if we ignore all the variables like tech, AI, blockchain, crypto, and this amazing inflection point we're all in, then that's just like walking into the future with blinders on and really insular tunnel vision.
30 seconds, okay?
Mm.
If you had to if you had to just pick one technology that someone's starting today, they know nothing about it, to focus on from an investment perspective, which you're picking?
Okay, so I'm going to be very biased here again. So, I one of my companies, or actually one of my partners, are not just Globalify and Ace Investment Management, but one of the things that I think we need to look for more and more is curation. Anyone can do spray and pray and just invest in like a basket of like companies, stocks, etc. So what's really interesting for me is how the best investors, the best founders, the best companies, the best partners can all find each other. So that's what we're doing with Globalify. And then when I say I partner with people that I believe in, if you go to my investment committee and and you look
Uh,
at everyone's bios, they're people that I have had investment and entrepreneurial success with, because life is
let
too
okay,
short to
Shan,
be working with. Yeah,
sorry, we're gonna have to stop
of
there.
course.
But thank you for coming. Appreciate you as always.
Thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure, Bobby.